Let me bring in Cheri Jacobus, Republican strategist, and here with me in Simi Valley, I have Kevin Madden, CNN political commentator and former National Press Secretary for Mitt Romney for president. So he has been through this rodeo a couple of times. So welcome to both of you. Thank you so much for being with me. And off the top here, Cheri, to you first, and then Kevin, I want you to name two candidates who will be, let's say, of the 11 Wednesday night, that this will be make or break. Cheri?
I think Ben Carson, for one. He's doing very well in the polls, as we know, coming in second, very strong. What's also interesting is that when you're asked for a second choice, Ben Carson leads the others by quite a lot. So I think that you're going to see Ted Cruz coming after Carson because he wants that number 2 spot to Donald Trump. I don't think he's going to go after Donald Trump. They have an alliance. Another one, Carly Fiorina. She's got some good bragging rights now going in. She just won the straw poll for the National Federation of Republican Women. We had Ted Cruz come in second, Ben Carson third, Donald Trump fourth. So this is her chance. As you know, she's been trying to get on the grown-ups table, as they say, on this stage. She's there, so she has an opportunity. I'm going to name one more, John Kasich. He's been the sleeper in this. He's doing a lot of great grassroots work. He's gaining some key endorsements, but he's largely been laying low. He doesn't really want to have to make his candidacy be about Donald Trump. So I think that he has a shot to really shoot forward. So those would be the four really that I would be watching.
Okay, Kevin, you have two?
Well, I'm gonna agree with Cheri on Carly Fiorina. I think this is an extraordinary opportunity. She used the first debate to break through into the top tier and really get a look from a lot of voters. I think those voters are going to be tuning in again to see if there's more of what they liked the first time around. And this is an opportunity for her. I mean, the one thing she has struggled with has been name ID. So this chance to get before tens of millions of new Republican voters and really build on that momentum is big. I'd say in the break column, I'd say that this is a big night for Scott Walker. Scott Walker has really seen his numbers plummet since the Donald Trump industrial news complex has taken over. And here's an opportunity for him to really break through that clutter and to show the people that were registering support for him again, or him previously, that he's back in the fold. So I think that'll be interesting to see for him.
We are 48 hours out. I was asking you if you're missing any of this or not, not this go around, and he laughs. But Kevin, 48 hours out, what is happening right now with these candidates and their campaigns? How into the nitty gritty are they? They've been readying for this for quite a while.
Well, I think this last 48 hours they're doing a lot of polishing up on some of the policy, some of the points that they want to make, some of their strategies on how they're going to break through on that stage. I think the other part of it is when they start to do this walkthrough and they see that site and how close they're going to be together, they're going to start thinking through the strategies of just the physical element of this debate and starting to think of ways that they can break out in that sense.
I mean, they're basically, and I was asking about this off camera before, but they're basically from me to you. And so we were talking about cringeworthy moments. And listen, all these candidates have cringeworthy moments for all their folks working with them off stage. But when you saw your guy, when you saw Mitt Romney grab Rick Perry like this.
Awkward.
Awkward.
Yeah, and look, the one thing you have to remember about these is more and more is that they become performances. And the optics really start to matter. And the optics can work in your favor, but when you do something like Mitt Romney and you reach out, those optics can really start to be a difficult moment for the candidates. These debates are largely defined by moments of strength and moments of weakness. Now, somebody like Donald Trump, who for the last 35 years has been a celebrity and is much more comfortable in these environments, it could work to his favor. And for someone like Jeb Bush, who is, more of a policy wonk, somebody who's focused more on substance, that physicality may work against them. So there's going to have to be ways to overcome some.
How they use the audience, because that front row is feet away. All of that will be at play. Cheri, to you, totally off the lay of the land here. One of the big stories we've been following at CNN is this story out of Rowan County, Kentucky, with this, county clerk Kim Davis, who is now out of jail. She's back at work today. She, they did allow a same-sex couple to get a marriage license, though she was MIA. But this whole storyline about religious freedom. We saw Huckabee and Ted Cruz there in Moorhead, Kentucky last week. Obviously big, issues for them. But what about, a Chris Christie or a Jeb Bush? How will those candidates take that question on Wednesday?
Well, I'm assuming you have some inside information that will be one of the questions. Look, even
I
though
have no inside information. I have not been inside the cone of silence. Let me just say that. But I'm thinking about it.
One thing that all of the candidates will struggle with and what they want to do well with is no matter what they're asked, of course they want to address the question. And I know that the format is such that they're going to be addressing each other. Jake Tapper has said that much. But what they want to do is to talk about their priorities. They want to define themselves. So if that is an issue with which about what they want to be defined by, then they should go ahead and talk about it. If there's something else that they can address that's related to that they care more about, I think they should address that.
Look, I think there's an undercard here between Cruz and Huckabee and even Carson for the evangelical vote. Even if it's not asked as a question, I will bet that they're going to try and weave it in because that's what they want. They want a lot of these voters in places like South Carolina and Iowa, which are early on in the contests on the calendar. They want those voters to know that they're the candidate that's going to stand up for their values in this race.
I have so much more.
I would agree on that issue.
To talk about this. Cheri, to be continued, I promise, to be continued. Cheri Jacobus and Kevin Madden, thank you so much for being with me. And again,